Reaction from the shocking development on the 2024 campaign trail is still pouring in. Right now, we have Republican Representative Darrell Issa joining us right now. Darrell, you've been a conservative and a Republican for a long time. I have to ask, how are you feeling right now?
Well, my heart goes out to the Trump family. They've given so much for so many years, and one more time, they're having to face a pretty unthinkable event. Fortunately, it looks like the former president will fully recover and get back out on the campaign trail. But this is a wake-up call to have everyone lower the temperature and recognize that these kinds of acts and statements leading to that have no place in our republic.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, we have confirmed former President Trump is fine, but what are you hearing about the victims at the rally? One person is dead, and we hear that another is seriously hurt. Have you heard anything more?
Well, we've heard exactly that there's one fatality and other what they often call collateral damage, but there are others who are injured, and we don't know the extent of it. Fortunately, it wasn't worse. The fact that weapons were able to get into a magnetometer-controlled area is quite shocking, but it does show that even with the best possible security, that of Secret Service, there's no guarantee, and that just as Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, and Ronald Reagan all faced assassination, literally, or attempts, this is always a risk that people face on the campaign trail. I served with Steve Scalise, who was part of a group that were gunned down by a left-wing extremist who thought he would change history by assassinating congressmen. But, again, tonight, I think it's about the Trump family. It's about all what they've already given and how difficult something like this is. And, of course, the family of others injured or killed.
We are looking at video from the incident in question, and we've also learned that the gunman was on the roof outside of the perimeter. Can you tell us, what do you know of the level of security at a Trump rally or campaign event?
Well, the Secret Service provides snipers at these kinds of events who take positions that theoretically would spot a fellow sniper, if you will. And obviously, there's a failure there. I oversaw the Secret Service at one time, and as chairman of oversight, my expectation is there'll be a thorough after action. They'll figure out where and how and learn from it. The only good thing is that it wasn't worse. Somebody with a high-powered rifle at distance, it could have been much worse.
Okay, so we see that you are inside of your car right now. Thank you so much for making yourself available. Representative Issa, I wanted to ask you, you were actually a part of an event and you had some difficulties trying to even make it to this interview. Please tell us a little bit about where are you right now and why you're having to even conduct this interview in the car.
Well, I'm back in Washington. I was on my way to Milwaukee for tomorrow, and stopped here to basically change suits, if you will, and ran into a protest that is pretty extreme here in Washington. It's concerning the Palestinian and Israeli conflict right now in Gaza. But it was loud, it was over the top, and there were lots of police. And again, this is a hot summer. It's nearly 100 degrees during the day here, and we are seeing a return to something that we thought we left behind in the 60s. These are not peaceful protests. They get out of hand fairly quickly. But this is something we've been dealing with in our country for a number of years now, and it's one of the things that I think we have to not put blame on anyone other than those who choose violence, but ask everyone to tone down the rhetoric. It's fine to disagree with people. It's not good to vilify people. I've supported President Trump. I've heard terrible things said about his motives. I believe that his motives are good and pure. He's given up a great deal to try to lead our country. And I hope that we have that same respect for all those who leave their other lives to give to public service.
Thank you for that perspective. Now, I want to ask you, you're mentioning that political tensions are high right now. I want to ask, How do you think this event or today's event is going to impact either campaign going forward?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. I can't say either. I have to say all three. The fact is, President Biden has refused to give Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the son of slain Bobby Kennedy, Secret Service protection. So I would hope that by tomorrow he will reverse a position where he has said no multiple times to his political opponent. Because the first thing I want to do is make sure that all candidates for high office are well protected, because you're not protecting the candidate, you're protecting our very democracy. And so that would be one thing that I hope comes from this. Obviously, I know President Trump. I've known him for a long time, and I will tell you, as quick as he quits bleeding on his ear, he will be at the convention. He'll be back doing it, just as he raised his fist and pumped it today. Like Teddy Roosevelt, nothing is going to get him down if he can possibly get back up, and he did today. And I'm proud of that, because that's the Donald Trump that I've supported in 2016, again in 2020, and I'm pleased that it didn't end worse. But of course, this is a wake-up call to ask my presidential candidate to be very careful while doing what he does, which is go out into the crowds, meet with people. He's always been a hands-on candidate, probably more than anyone in my lifetime.
I appreciate that perspective. Now, you mentioned President Trump and this just coming days, merely less than 48 hours before the Republican National Convention on Monday in Milwaukee. Can you give us any insight into what this means for that looming convention in Milwaukee?
Well, having been one of the chairmen of the San Diego convention in 1996, I can tell you that the Secret Service is already on the ground. They already have a secure area. They're doing their job there. That will be one of the safest places you could be. Chicago, of course, will be similar. So will they be stepping it up even more? I think they will. I won't be surprised if they're augmenting with even more additional security. But having said that, these national conventions, just as we discovered when we hosted in San Diego, they're partisan, but they're also above partisan politics. They're people coming together once in 4 years to talk about the future of our country. And so I'm going there with a real belief that we're going to be talking about a future direction for our country, not just going a different direction than his predecessor, but also dealing with the problems coming out of new innovations like AI, coming out of the growth of a very militant China, coming out of other events around the world, including in Iran and North Korea. All of these and more will be part of what we're discussing, but we're also going to be discussing, how do we make America the great country that it was in the 20th century, every bit as good or better in the 21st century. And that's what these conventions are about. And they're not just a coronation. They're also a thoughtful, what is the course of our party led by Donald Trump, but still our party.
All right. 48th Representative to Congress, Darrell Issa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and God bless the families tonight who are suffering, and our prayers go out to them.
Thank you for that.